back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Vitor Belfort, the Phenom, is unloading on Michael Bisping for being a coward and refusing to fight. Wow, this is very interesting, man. This is very interesting because I'm a fan of Michael Bisping. You know, he did some remarkable things in his career for sure. He's now on a 2-fight losing streak, finished in both of those fights, but he did win the middleweight title when nobody expected him to. Michael Bisping is, even if he isn't known as, even if this does happen, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that call Michael Bisping a coward like Vitor Belfort. There's going to be a lot of people that say Michael Bisping never wanted to fight the tough fights at the end of his career because that's, you know, the Yoel Romero situation. He had the injury with Robert Whittaker, so he didn't have to defend versus Robert Whittaker, ended up fighting GSP, so he ended up at the end of his career did not having to fight Yoel Romero, Robert Whittaker, and now it will be Vitor Belfort, but he's got a reason for not wanting to fight Vitor Belfort, and it might not be the reason you expect. Now, some people do know, some people don't know. Vitor Belfort is the person that gave Michael Bisping that eye injury that, you know, a lot of people, Michael Bisping's very insecure about that eye, and he spoke about it. That's part of the reasoning. He's like, yo, I fucking hate this guy. This is the dude that's got my eye like this. This is why my podcast is normally audio and not visual, because I don't want, you know, I'm insecure about this fucking eye. And this is the dude that did that. And, you know, he was a cheater, and so, you know what I'm saying? So Michael Bisping feel like, look, this dude was not only we all know Michael Bisping fucking hates cheaters, and now he not only was this guy a cheater, but he's the cheater that was responsible for fucking up his eye permanently. I've heard Michael Bisping might be able to get a surgery, but he didn't want to do it till after his career, but I'm not sure how that's going to go. Either way, he disfigured Michael Bisping's face, and so Michael Bisping fucking hates this dude. So he said that's part of the reasoning, and he said also, everyone already knows what to expect if I were to fight Vitor Belfort. I don't want to go out that way. It's going to be me calling him a cheater, me selling the fight, him sitting at the press conference not really saying much, and me, you know, I don't want it to go the same way as all of my last fights where I'm just fucking, you know, at the press conference selling it, being a dick because I'm just saying what's on my mind. He said, if I'm going against him, I already know how it's going to go. So I don't want to be remembered that way. Since next fight's going to be my last fight, I don't want it to be Vitor Belfort. And so I hear what he's saying, and I'm fine with that. But my question then just becomes, then who? So Michael Bisping, I guess it's looking like he doesn't want to go out against somebody that he doesn't, like, hate. That way he doesn't have to call somebody a fucking cheater or something. But it's like Michael Bisping's only got one fight left and he wants it to be in London. And the London card, I believe, is on St. Patrick's Day. So if Michael Bisping is going to fight on that card, who's the opponent going to be at middleweight? Vitor Belfort just seemed like the perfect opponent because it's both of their retirement fight. They've got this bitter rivalry. It seemed like it would be a great retirement fight for Bisping, but he's got reasons for that not being the case. Even Dana White himself said he wanted to make that fight. That's the fight to make. But Dana White has also said in the past, you can't make these guys accept fights. So as much as you and I might want to see this fight, and as much as Dana White and the UFC might want to make this fight, and as much as Vitor Belfort wants this fight, Michael Bisping doesn't, and that's what it is. You can't fucking force him in the octagon. So Vitor Belfort took to social media to blast Michael Bisping. He said, what a shame, Michael Bisping. The UFC just informed me that you've declined the fight. I understand you're scared. The images above pretty much explain it all. So stop pretending that you're tough and just admit that you're afraid. And I thought you were man enough to step into the octagon with me again. My mistake. Unfortunately, looks like we will not be delivering for the fans the fight that they want to see. Happy retirement. You must be feeling amazing leaving the sport through the back door. Taking big shots at Bisping, you know, for being a coward in his mind. Now, one thing is also, though, that he said in there is he said that, he said, I understand you're scared. The images above pretty much explain it all. Oh, yeah. Well, see, in those images, that's one thing Michael Bisping has also said. He said that, you know, this is Vitor's last fight. What's to stop him from fucking juicing to the gills because it's his last fight and going out with the bang? And I understand what he's saying, but he would have to be pretty sneaky because you saw to test people. So unless he did it right before the fight, you know, he wouldn't have no like Brock Lesnar type exemption. So with USADA being around, I'm pretty sure they would be testing Vitor Belfort for his retirement fight. But Michael Bisping has said, you know, he's probably just going to cheat in that fight. Because I was going to, you know, counter out like, this would be a great time for Bisping to fight Belfort. If you believe that, you know, he was cheating, or he used to cheat even back in the UFC, which a lot of people, you know, TRT, even if he wasn't cheating, I believe it might have been okay whenever before USADA, TRT was fine for a little bit of time. But okay, we all know about TRT tour and shit like that, but still, if that guy's not there, this is the Vitor Belfort for Michael Bisping to get his revenge on. I mean, this is the Vitor Belfort out of his prime, you know what I'm saying? So if Michael Bisping's ever going to get this one back, it seems like this would be the time. Both of your retirement fights, this guy's off the juice with USADA around, you know, that's the common consensus. But unless Michael Bisping, which he does, believes that he's still going to try and cheat for his last fight, then this just seemed like the perfect fight for Bisping. I was super hyped for this fight. I was amped for this fight. I know a lot of people, even in London and stuff, were amped for this fight. Like, yo, if they announce this fight, I'm buying my tickets the day they announce it. But maybe Bisping will still be on the card, but it won't be against Vitor, unfortunately, for the fans. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about Michael Bisping and this Vitor Belfort blasting Michael Bisping for declining the fight. Literally, everyone wanted to see this make this fight except for Bisping. And hey, it is what it is. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.